Hi guys! So, in case you hadn't noticed, I'm kind of sitting in a new setup here. Hopefully you can actually see me. So, for a really long time now, I have wanted to sort of amp up my game. I want to have a nice crisp, clean environment to film in and have lighting that would enable me to film day or night and have the same quality of video consistently and not be too dark or awkward or whatever. So I have really been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for the right time to treat myself to upgrade my area. So we finally moved to a new place and it was time to splurge and buy a couple of those things that I have just been really wanting for a really long time. Since I work during the week full time, I can't exactly, rely on daylight to film because I'm not home when it's daylight. Sometimes I have some really late nights and I want to just come home and film, but it's, 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night and there's no natural daylight whatsoever. So and on the weekends I only get limited daylight in the room that I film in, so I can't always rely on that. So let's just do sort of a little, this is how I film. This is how, this is what the tools that I have and what I've been using to film, because I do get a lot of questions on what camera do you use, and things like that. Like what are my tools that I use? I get some, private messages or occasionally a message on a video, and I try to answer those questions. So let's just answer those all in one video. So originally, my very first couple of YouTube videos, what I was using is just, sort of the area and lighting that I had. I was sitting in the corner area, sort of in a house. We set it up to look as nice as I could for that teeny tiny little area that I was in. But I had to rely on just like an overhead fan light that I had and a couple lamps or something. I just moved them over into that area. And when I look back at those videos, I can see that they are really, really dark. And even then, I sort of knew that it was kind of dark, but I didn't really have good sunshine showing in at that house, and that's just what I had to work with. So I tested out a couple videos and said, okay, am I liking this? Am I comfortable with this? Is this something that I'm enjoying? So maybe I'll invest a little bit more. So then I purchased several, I'll show you guys a picture of it now. So I purchased a couple of those bar lights, and they're not for bars. Maybe they're for under the kitchen cabinets. That's what they're for. So I purchased a couple of those lighting things, and I would set them up around me while I was filming. I tried to attach them to everything. I taped them to a bottle of detergent to get them to stand straight up, so I can move them and adjust them around me sitting at my dining room table, which I have a really tall table. And then I taped them to chairs. I had them sitting in things that were weighted so they wouldn't fall over, but they were just really a pain and they didn't provide that much light. And the light they did provide was kind of yellowy orangey. So I wasn't a big fan, but that's all I really had to work with up until, just the last week and a half ago or something. I was still just using those. I also had a lighted mirror, but that doesn't really provide much light. And yeah. So that's, that's really where I've been at. I've had really rudimentary, really basic lighting. Oh, and Danny bought me this camera light thing, and it attaches right here, just to the side of the camera, and it's a really bright light. I can't find my charger for this right now, so anywho, there's this light, and it actually does provide, a good amount of light, and you can make it warmer or you can make it cooler, but you can see it's blinking. Because it needs to be charged, and that's really annoying. This little camera light that he bought me is, you have to charge it for 5 hours or something, and it only runs for half hour to 45 minutes, and then it dies and it starts flashing. Which you saw it flashing, there we go. So it starts flashing in your face. So if you're filming something and it starts to die, you can't just plug it in and keep filming. Like, you have to stop and then plug it in and charge it for like 5 hours. I'm not even kidding. And then it only works for like half hour, 45 minutes. So yeah, that's what I had. So for a really long time, I've just been swooning, surfing the internet, like, what am I going to use to get better lighting? What am I going to use that would be a better setup that could work for me? So I will insert a picture of it now. So what I essentially bought was a Softbox Light Kit, and it comes with 3 softbox lights, which are like these 3 giant rectangular lights, and then it comes with a backdrop, and this is actually like on a backdrop, it's on a blah blah blah. It's actually on like a full-on backdrop stand, so I can put whatever backdrop I want behind me. It comes with white or black or a green screen, which I don't know that I'll ever use a green screen, but who knows, I could be creative one day. And I could put up my backdrop that I had before, my paisley print one, that I really love that one, but it's in a box somewhere and I don't know where it is. Everyone always tells me in my videos, oh my gosh, I love that print, it's so beautiful, where did you get your curtains? And I sort of made a curtain out of it, but it's just fabric that I went and bought at Joann's Fabrics, so I think it wasn't very expensive. It's, I'm gonna say maybe $5 to $10 a yard, and I just bought maybe like, I don't know, 1 or 2 yards of it, and then I can just hang it behind me. Which I'm not even going to tell you how I used to hang it behind me because it's really ridiculous. I used to hang it on like a broom handle that was like attached to the wall. So like I said, I had a really rudimentary setup before, and now I sort of stepped up my game to a better quality setup. So this is an actual backdrop stand now with a backdrop on it, and then I have 3 softbox lights, which are these big square light setups. There's one literally like right here, watch, like, I'm touching it, and then there's one right here, and then there's one behind the camera facing me. And one of them can be a boom light, meaning it can extend above my head and shine down, which is great because sometimes overhead lighting is an issue. It's just all kinds of crazy. Once you start filming, you know, you're like, why is everything so dark? Yeah, so I have my 3 softbox lights now, and I'm still filming on the same camera I have been using from day one. I bought this camera years before I started filming on YouTube. I'm gonna say maybe like 3 years before I started filming for YouTube, I bought this camera, and I really love it. It is a, let me see, because everyone always asks me what camera it is. It's a Sony HD SR11 or something like that. I'll say over here what it really is. It is a high definition camcorder. I don't film on a fancy DSLR camera. I film on an actual like camcorder, and it has a flip camera that comes out that's right over here. So it's a nice big screen that I can see myself on, so I can know that things are in focus and that you guys can see me. And I have a nice big lens right here that I can look straight into and see you guys. So I've never had a problem with this camera. It has been fantastic to me from day one. And yeah, everything that I film is always in HD. And I try to make sure that it uploads in HD, but sometimes YouTube is not very nice, and YouTube won't allow me to upload in HD. Like, I'll spend hours and hours and hours editing and then uploading and uploading and uploading and uploading, and then it'll say fail, like when you're 90% of the way done, and then you have to do it again. Fail. And when you upload, it's not like a 5-minute process. When I edit and upload a video, it's like hours. So it's really frustrating sometimes when it doesn't exactly upload. So then I choose the next lowest quality and the next lowest quality and the next lowest quality. So ultimately sometimes my video quality is compromised, but that's usually because of YouTube and not because of what I film on. So another fun thing is that I have a remote for my camera. So like I can zoom in and out. If I would like to, I can start and stop recording all at one time. I can, there's actually like little information on my screen right now, like how much time I have left, how much battery I have left, and things like that. And I can remove that, but it only does it for like what I see on my side. Yeah, it's just fantastic. It's good to have a remote because then I don't have to reach up and touch the camera and things like that. I have a tripod that my camera sits on, so I can adjust the tripod so it's small enough so it can sit on my vanity, but I can also adjust the tripod so that it stands on the ground or any other sort of surface. It's super adjustable. It's fantastic. It's the same tripod that I've used since day one, which I actually ordered from, fun fact, it's a tripod you can get at Best Buy. I think it's by Dynex or something like that. I'll insert a picture of what it looks like here. And I actually got mine for free because I redeemed like credit card points that I had and used the points to buy my tripod. So I have two types of editing software. I have Sony Vegas because I just have a regular laptop, and then I also have Windows Live Movie Maker. And honestly, I am pretty darn good at Windows Live Movie Maker, but it doesn't exactly have the best options for things that you can do to edit. So I purchased Sony Vegas, and there's like a pro version and then there's the notch below that. The pro version is insane to use. It is so hard to figure out how to use that I didn't want to invest the time. So I just got the next one down from that, which is like the Sony Vegas like for dummies, which is the version that I got. And I still haven't invested enough time to really learn how to use that, to step up my game, to do better editing. You know, so I can do like the picture-in-picture thing, so I don't have to like be like, hey, I'm gonna insert a picture here, and then, you know, I show you a picture and whatever. Or I can still be speaking while showing you other pictures instead of like, here's a picture and then it's silent, and then, you know, I don't know how to do that yet. So I need to invest more time in learning my editing software. We also have an iMac here at my house, but I haven't used that to edit with iMovie, which I know iMovie is great for YouTube videos. It makes it, I guess, really easy, but once again, I haven't bothered to take the time to learn it just because, you know, you get used to using something, and Windows Live Movie Maker is just so stinking easy for me that that's what I use. But it doesn't necessarily result in the highest quality editing, which is what I would like to get to do. So here's some fun little facts about editing my beauty videos. From me actually sitting down and filming, like, it's probably going to take me between an hour and a half to set up all my stuff, and then, you know, put on some makeup and sit down in front of the camera. So it takes a bit of while to set up, or it takes a while to set up, not a bit of while, it takes a while to set up. And then once I actually sit down, it'll probably take me anywhere from like 10 minutes for a really short video to 45 minutes for a really long video to film. And then I have to import that footage from my camera onto my computer, which will maybe take 10 minutes. And that would be for, you know, several videos. So it'll take a couple minutes for me to get it onto my computer. And then I, you know, open it up in my editing software. And then it's going to take me maybe 2.5 to 3 hours to edit, you know, maybe like, I don't know, 15 to 20 minute video down to something smaller than that. So it's going to take me a couple hours to edit it. And then from there, it's going to take me a couple hours to upload it because YouTube is so slow and so awful sometimes. And then sometimes it says like error and it kicks out your video, and then you have to upload it all over again. So then it might take a couple more hours. And then once it's uploaded in YouTube, I have to edit all the little things about it, like the title and when it gets published, and you know, the video info bar and the tags and things like that. Those all take some time as well. So then, I mean, all in all, by the time, you know, you sit down, make a video, edit it, upload it, and it really goes live, every person is different, but every person has invested a whole lot of time into their videos that they're putting online. Well, at least I do. And people who, you know, really want to invest the time and grow their channel and, produce quality content. It all takes time, and they all produce a wonderful product that they really hope you enjoy, which is what I do as well. So, please know that I love you guys. You make my life so much better. It's so fun for me to make these videos, and I love that I've now been able to invest in some fun tools to continue to make better videos. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this has answered some of your questions about how I film and my setup and things like that. I'm really excited about this new setup, and I think it's going to be with me for quite some time. So I hope you guys have a beautiful week. I will see you in my next video. Bye!